Just stay
encouragement
calm. Just stay
Yeah,
calm.
stay
Yeah.
calm. Yeah.
Right. So then Andy says to Meredith, now that you have the answer to your question, how do you think the trajectory will go? And Meredith said, well, I'm waiting. What?
Yeah, what?
Meredith and Lisa are the queens of not ever actually answering a question. They never
Oh,
answer a question.
absolutely.
They
Right.
say a lot, but they
They don't-
never answer the question,
They
ever.
say,
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
and I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 17, 1.
Yes.
So the first thing we're going to chat about are their reunion looks.
Mm-hmm.
I have them on the screen behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Lori, we'll start with you. Which one is your favorite?
I think that my favorite is Angie. So I'm just going to go from Angie and go over. Angie looks great. I think Heather, the gown did nothing for her. I think Bronwyn, gown did nothing for her. Meredith looks stunning. Lisa's dress is very pretty. Mary is an absolute fail. And she's a very pretty girl, but it's just horrible. And Whitney was meh.
Okay.
That's from Fashionista, moi.
Well, we're all entitled to opinions.
Absolutely. And Kel, which was your favorite?
So I hate to admit it because I thought she came off awful, but Lisa was by far my favorite.
I knew
I
Lisa was
thought
going to be a
Lisa
favorite.
looked amazing.
I knew it was going to be.
You love Lisa's look.
Yeah.
I do love Lisa's look. I do. And I thought her dress was amazing.
I
and
knew you were
did
going to like hers.
Yeah, and I did like Angie's.
So I actually think Meredith is my favorite look. I think that Meredith looks amazing.
She does.
I agree with you about Heather's dress. It does nothing for her.
She's just in such great shape. It's like,
and she's a beautiful girl. It's just
absolutely
nothing.
I love Bronwyn's extensions. I love that for something different.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like their color scheme. They are in Santorini, right?
Yeah, Santorini, yeah.
Santorini.
And why are we not in all different hues of blue? Like, why?
Yeah,
why
makes
do we
no
have
sense.
red and maroon and yellow? Like, what were they thinking?
Makes no sense.
I'm blaming the producers on this because
Absolutely.
the producers are the one who
they
put
give
this
direction.
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's a mess.
Yes.
It's a hot mess.
It
And
really
And
is.
I'll tell you another thing that's a hot mess is whoever thought that throwing those 3 area rugs on the floor was doing anything, they were absolutely fucking wrong. It was just,
I always love to get Lori's opinion on the set because I don't even notice it. I'll be honest with you.
no. The
I
rugs,
notice what
like
they're
Scott.
wearing, and I always notice what lipstick they're wearing.
Yeah, no. The rugs on the floor were a fail.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
So the interesting thing about this reunion, I thought, they normally show us quite a bit of like the arrival and like the behind the scenes bit. And there was pretty much no arrival and very little behind the scenes. Like the first thing we really saw was them walking out and sitting down, which I'm fine with, to be quite honest with you. I'm totally fine with that. I don't need to see them arriving. I don't.
Listen, if there's something that's said that,
Right.
So they filmed the reunion and then, the producers edit it the way they choose to edit it. So if something happened prior to the filming that we need to know or something is a little scathing, fine. But if not, we're good. We don't need to see them get ready. That's just silly.
Exactly.
That's a waste of tape.
Exactly. So Andy starts out by asking DJ Meredith Marks how her tour is going.
Stop it. Stop it.
She's like, she's on a pause for the holidays, but it's going good.
That's all I have to say.
I know. Then he says hi to Bronwyn that she looks beautiful and he's sure she's wearing couture and wants to know if there's going to be a costume change. There's never, ever been a costume change in a reunion. So
Totally agree.
I don't know what that was about.
I thought it was a weird question.
Yeah, I was like,
weird
what?
question.
Then he said to Whitney, loving that you're back to your blonde look. Okay. Next was Heather. I loved your Surviving Mormonism, your, docuseries. It was incredible.
Did you guys watch that?
I
I
started
did.
to. I gotta finish it. I wanna finish it because
I
it was
watched it.
good.
I did not watch it.
The ones that I
It's
watched were
very
good.
good. It's very good.
I still have to
Then
watch the Mary Cosby one.
Yeah,
I
me
watched
neither.
that one too. Also very good. Also
Yeah,
very good.
we'll do a podcast on that. I'll definitely watch that.
Okay. Then he said, "Hi, Pastor Mary. Are you going to be eating, drinking, and being merry today?" Okay. Like he had to use her tagline back at her? I don't know. And then it was, "Hi, baby gorgeous. Are you still leading a very different life?" And she's like, "Always." Like Lisa.
Lisa was really feeling herself this reunion.
Ooh.
She always
Really,
is.
really
Yeah, but it
feeling
was
herself.
really
I
it
feel
was
like
over
it
the top.
was on another level,
It was.
and I thought she came off terrible.
Horrible. Horrible. Horrible.
So then the first question is to Meredith, "What's your goal coming into tonight's reunion?" And she said, "Well, there's one thing that I need to ask first, and that will change my trajectory. So, Whitney, when you and I spoke at BravoCon, I'd like to have some things cleared up. So go ahead, I'll give you the floor," she says to Whitney. I was like, "Oh, okay." So Whitney said, "Well, I had a lot to drink at BravoCon, and when I drink, I'm a very happy, loving drunk," which I agree with her. She probably is that way. And she said, "I tried to talk to you, Meredith, and I said that, I feel like, we had a falling out and I would like for things just to be better and I would like for us to move forward." And she said, "I never retracted what I said." And Meredith said, "No, you asked if we could be friends off camera and leave camera on." And Whitney said, "No, I did not retract anything. I was trying to be kind. And then you lied about me." And then the two of them just go back and forth with this.
So I guess what happened was they had a conversation, right?
Right.
And Whitney was drunk and in her feelings and was like, "Let's just be friends. Let's just put it behind us. Let's just get past it." And then Meredith must have gone on some kind of social media outlet or somewhere and said that Whitney retracted what she said about the plane, which is not true. I can't see that being true. And I
No,
guess
me neither.
that's what Whitney is calling her out on.
Right.
I can't see her retracting anything.
No,
No.
no, she's not retracting it. She's
And
not.
Meredith is lying once again.
Right.
Because there had to be
So-
other people there witnessing this conversation. Couldn't have just been the two of them. I'm sure there were other people around.
Well, if it was a BravoCon, I'm sure there was other people around.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah. And then Lisa jumps in on the conversation.
Of course.
Right. She jumps in on the conversation. She's interrupting. She's saying, "You said horrible things about us. You called us whores and cheaters." Whitney said to shut up to Lisa. And Lisa and Meredith are both like, "We don't have to shut up. Don't tell her to shut up." And meanwhile, Mary's sitting next to Whitney, like telling her, like calmly, like, "You have the floor, like you have it," like giving her like
Just stay
encouragement to
calm. Just stay
Yeah,
calm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. So then Andy says to Meredith, "Now that you have the answer to your question, how do you think the trajectory will go?" And Meredith said, "Well, I'm waiting." What?
Yeah, what?
Meredith and Lisa are the queens of not ever actually answering a question. They never
Nope,
answer a question.
absolutely.
They
Right.
say a lot, but they
they don't-
never answer the question,
They
ever.
say a lot, but they don't say shit. That's
Right.
what they do.
Mhm.
Right.
And the
Totally agree.
over-talking is next level.
Yes.
Well, I think it's going to be Lisa who's going to be the one to send Andy up and walking off the stage, because he has said that in the past, that she's very difficult at reunions. She's very difficult to, keep a hold of.
Right. I can see that, definitely.
For sure. For sure.
So then the next thing Andy moves on to is Lisa. He said, "I want to talk to Lisa. You may have missed the RV trip, but when it came to defend yourself, you showed up and you did your clarity lunch. Did it actually, answer any questions?" They're like, "No." And he asked Heather if she still considers Lisa a risky friend. And Heather said, "Yeah, I do." Lisa said that Heather can be a snaky friend. "I think she's a snaky friend." Now, first of all, I've never heard that term before. Snaky friend. Okay.
I think she went to say sneaky and acts like a snake, and it came out as
Right.
snaky.
Snaky, right. So
She
kept
made up her
walk-
own word.
I think that's where she was going.
Right.
If I had to put myself in Lisa's head.
I mean, that's probably
Frightening.
it. So then the two of them are going back and forth at each other. And of course, Meredith is jumping in. And, Heather's like, we ride for each other. We ride for each other. And I don't do that Utah thing, she said. Lisa said, I don't do that Utah thing. And Heather's like, well, you are from Utah. What are you talking about? She's like, no. She's like, you're a Salt Lake City housewife. What are you talking about? You've been here whatever, how many years?
20.
Yeah. And Andy said to Lisa, well, where do you consider yourself from? And she's like, New York.
Yeah, my DNA is New York, not Utah.
Right.
I wonder how old she was when she moved. I mean, I agree with her. Like, listen, I could move to Florida tomorrow and live there for the next 20 years.
And
I'm
you're still a
gonna be
Jersey girl.
Yeah.
You're a Jersey girl, right.
So I kind of get what she's saying, but I do wonder how old she was when she moved. And no disrespect to Long Island, she's from Long Island. It's not like she's from the city where she's like, I'm Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Right.
But New York is New York. New York is New York.
It is. It is. But it's just
It's
funny
a whole
how,
state. It's a whole state.
yeah,
right?
it's
It's a
just
whole
funny.
state.
Like,
Yeah.
like, so where are you? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I wonder how old she was when she moved from New York.
I wonder too. And then Andy asked Mary what she thought, and she said if Lisa was a risky friend, and Andy's like, yeah. She goes, yeah, I think she is a risky friend. And Lisa's like, well, tell me, how am I risky? Like, give me examples. She's like, well, you're a little delusional. You say things that aren't true. Like you said, you live a very different life. Like Mary said, it doesn't make sense. And then Meredith jumps in to defend her. She's
Which
like, well,
made no sense.
Right.
This response made no sense because what you're saying, Meredith, is totally different from what Lisa said. Lisa didn't say her life is totally different because it's hers. Lisa was saying her life is totally different because it's like way bigger, way better than any of you peons.
Right. She's rolling with higher level crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
Whereas
was not
Meredith was saying,
How about Whitney saying, though, Lisa didn't go on the RV trip because she was recovering in Miami from having a facelift.
That's great.
yep, love that.
That was great.
I'm surprised she didn't bring up her threads like she did last time.
She
I know.
talked about her threads. She talked about her threads.
In
They
the
asked
reunion?
Yeah, they asked her,
See?
What-
You watched
what
it
have-
on Peacock.
what have you got done? She
I
said,
didn't see it.
she
Me
said,
neither.
yeah, she talked about her threads. Hell yeah, she talked
Damn
about her
it.
threads. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you watched
I had
Peacock.
to watch it last night because I had to finish Traders today after
Today,
work.
yeah.
So I had to watch it last night on my DVR. But reunions, you have to watch on Peacock. You get so much more.
Yeah, you get so much more. Yeah, so she totally,
see,
she,
she did.
she totally talked about it. But
There you go.
Lisa is like, she's totally delusional to say that she doesn't tag team with Meredith.
But yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
was like, what? What are you talking about?
They are like ride or die now. Even if they're not making sense, they're just going to keep sticking up for each other.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That's just
It's true.
Yeah,
That's where they're at.
Yep, that's where they're at, and it
I don't
doesn't
know.
seem like it's
There's-
going to change anytime soon.
There's something there. Maybe Meredith gave Lisa like free legal advice or something and said, you know what, bitch, between this and the things that you said about me on that hot mic moment, you're going to ride. I don't know
But
what
Meredith
it is.
is doing it for Lisa too, so it's going both ways. But I agree with you,
Yeah,
Meredith. I don't know if she's got something on Lisa. I don't know.
Something.
So then a viewer asked Whitney why you were so eager to bring up the lawsuits at the lunch on the RV trip when Lisa wasn't there to defend herself. And that's when she said about the facelift that she didn't think she was there. But then she went on to also talk about, I've never seen you with Ben Affleck. And she said, I thought you were recuperating. And then Bronwyn jumped in and she's like, why did you, Bronwyn, have to jump in on that with all the lawsuits? She's like, it's not like I researched it or anything. I just read an article in the newspaper.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, it was
That's
like
it.
out there. It was out there in the newspaper. It's not like she was digging up stuff. And Bronwyn's response was, you made it clear at the last reunion that you and I were not going to be friends. We hadn't spoken at that point. You made it very clear. Listen, I'm just putting out there what's out there.
Right. And the thing about Lisa is, Lisa will talk about all of them. Lisa will bring stuff up, but when they bring something up about her, she's like, "You're so obsessed with me. You're so
Mhm.
obsessed with me." It's like, but you do the same thing to them. Like, you're on a show, and unfortunately, this franchise has gotten to the point where this is what they're doing with each other,
Yes.
and she's doing it just as much as them. So if they're obsessed with her, she's obsessed with them.
And it was absolutely hysterical, and I guess either she's an idiot or she just doesn't care. Talking about that Whitney said she didn't believe that she was with Ben Affleck. She shows a picture on her phone,
Yeah.
and production puts up there 2017. Like, what
Yeah.
are you what
I
what
mean,
are
was
you
the show
doing?
even on then? What season is this? This is
No,
season
6.
6. The show
Stop.
wasn't even on then.
It was
No.
like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, you can tell by that picture. That was years ago. She
Well,
looks a lot different.
Production put up there the date.
Yeah, they did.
They put up the
2017.
date, 2017. It's like, what is that?
Well, even so, then Andy says to Lisa, well, what are the facts? And again, she even stumbles over her own facts. She said, well, I have one pending case, which we hope to resolve this with summary judgment. And there's one case actively being litigated and the rest are dismissed. So then she says, like, why do you choose to denigrate my name? And Heather said, because you say you're richer than us. And by the way, a summary judgment means that you had to pay. And Lisa said then she brings Bronwyn in. She said, Bronwyn, your case is very different than mine. Yours is criminal. This is a
I
civil
don't know if
litigation.
that's true about summary judgment. Summary
No,
judgment
but
means that you're out of the case. Like they couldn't find you responsible. So I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Oh, we'll have to look
But whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right. Honestly, Lisa doesn't know the answer either, by the
She
way.
sure did not.
She sure did.
Right?
She surely did not.
Whether it's true or not, Lisa didn't know. Because if she did, she would have said something. Right?
Did you guys catch when they were talking about, Whitney was talking about that she thought maybe Lisa was going to have the facelift done, and Whitney was saying there's really good doctors in Miami. Did you catch Mary? She said, well, he wasn't a good one.
Yes, I did. Because
I
I
did.
didn't realize what she was talking about. And I think I rewound. I'm like, would she, Yes, that was funny.
But while they're having this conversation, Lisa's the one who throws Bronwyn's name into it. Bronwyn wasn't even a part of this conversation. She
Nope.
hadn't even jumped
Right.
in on it. And Bronwyn says,
Right.
you could say whatever you like about me if you need to deflect from your. And that's exactly what was going on. That's exactly
Yes.
what Lisa does. And
Yes.
it even goes back to when she was mad at Bronwyn, but taking it out on Angie. She was mad about
Mhm.
something Bronwyn said and taking it out on Angie. Angie had nothing to do with it. And that's what Lisa does. She just picks whoever it is she wants to use as her deflection.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
she
crazy.
brought up the fake miscarriage story again.
Again.
And it's just really shitty.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about your kids. Nobody's talking about your husband. Yet you
No.
brought that up again, which is a terrible, terrible thing to bring up. And plus the video of you body shaming Doc.
BravoCon. Horrible. Horrible.
I mean,
It was
again,
horrible.
she just looked like a complete bitch on this episode.
Absolutely.
She really did.
Yeah.
She did.
And did not look like she gave one single F about it.
No.
No.
All she did was say, I do amazing things.
Yeah.
I do very cool things. Like, it's just stop.
Well,
Yeah,
Bronwyn
she
said
just-
to Lisa, we had a truce. And Andy said, yeah, I thought you did have a truce. And Lisa said, yes, and I'm abiding by it. How are you abiding by it?
Yeah, you're not
And that's
abiding by it.
That's what makes me mad is that Andy doesn't call her out.
Yeah,
he
what's up
doesn't
with
call
that?
her out.
He only goes so far with her, just like he only goes so far with Tamara, just like he only goes so far with Teresa. These are the ones that get away with it. Lisa, and quite honestly, Meredith. He lets Meredith get away with it as well. Giselle, he lets Giselle get away with it. He's got his favorites.
I guess so. And I don't recall Bronwyn ever saying anything about Lisa's kids or John.
No.
No, not at
No,
all.
never.
No.
Never. And Andy ends it by, okay, we're not going to resolve this. Let's move on.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like, then he goes to Lisa's smoky eye. Okay, really? You go from that to Lisa's smoky eye?
It was pretty funny, though. She's like, we tried something and it didn't land.
And then I was crying. Like, she had, like, every dumb excuse in the book.
I
She's
do
very
think she
odd.
was crying in that confessional look, though, because I think that is the look where they asked her about John and
Maybe.
their conversation. So I do think that's what it was. Because, when you cry and your
Right.
eyes, your
Right.
makeup's going to run, your lash is going to fall off. And we never know the timing of how
Right.
things are going to play out.
Right.
I think it's so funny, though, that he brought that up.
The next thing Andy says is a viewer asked Angie if she was trolling Lisa with her Arby's commercial and her, I don't know what that other brand was. Do you know what
Yeah, I
that
don't
other brand
No,
was?
No, I
some
don't know
kind
what
of
it was.
tequila. I don't know.
And she said, no, like if brand deals come my way, I'm going to take them. And Andy says, well, it does seem like a slight troll. I do not think it seems like a troll. I agree with
No.
Angie.
Yeah,
I
no.
agree with Angie. I mean, not one of them sitting there is going to turn down a brand deal.
Right. Right.
And how about Lisa saying, oh, people have benefited from my wins, and that's exciting for them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Okay. Whatever you say,
And
Lisa.
Lisa said Brahman wants to skin her and wear her and be her.
No, I don't think so.
First, she said, if I was a credit card, I'd probably sue you for identity theft. What?
Somebody told her to say that. And somebody told her to say it a different way because the way she said it did not make sense.
No, she doesn't make sense. That's the thing. I mean, halfway into it, she was asking Meredith, like, did I forget anything? Are we doing
Am I missing anything?
I was just going to bring that up. So Andy says they're going to go on a break, and Lisa looks at Meredith and says, did I miss anything? That was weird.
That was weird. Yeah.
Right.
Like, what kind of pre-planned agenda did the two of you have?
Correct.
So you can't tell me you're not tag teaming, and then
Mhm.
this one's over there saying, did I miss it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Andy says we're going to go through the last 100 episodes, and he goes through a bunch of the clips. I really actually did enjoy watching those clips. Like, there
I
was
did
a bunch
too.
of stuff that I
Yeah, I
had
like that
forgotten
too.
about.
Yeah.
And I'll
I
be
did
honest
too.
with you, I would love a whole episode about, like,
So little
a
clips. Yeah.
rewind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
would
would
be
like
cute.
that. Then he asked Meredith if she thought that this would last 6 seasons, and she said no, she thought only 5, and maybe she should have ended it at 5 for herself.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. She should
Maybe.
have. Let me answer that for you, Meredith. You should have.
Yes, we think you should have.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And then he asked Whitney, like, what her thoughts were. And she said that when she started this, she told Justin and she told everyone that she was just going to be real. And she thinks that she has, and she feels like it's been cathartic for her. And I do think that Whitney has been real. I do think that she tries to show up. And I do think that she has learned from this experience. And I do think, because he does ask later who's grown the most. And she immediately said me. And I agree with her. I agree with
I
her.
do too.
And I also agree
And
with
I think
Heather.
she's
because-
yeah. I think that Whitney has always 100% put everything out there. I think
Yeah.
she's a very good housewife for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. I do
Her
too.
voice drives me up a wall,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I do think she's a good housewife.
Then Andy moves on to Mary, and he said, when you first started, you were defined by your unconventional backstory. And Andy said, interesting. Yeah, interesting and not now, like that is like kind of at the bottom of the paragraph, the fact that she's married to her step-grandfather. Well, it's at the bottom of the paragraph, but he better get into that documentary. He really better ask questions about it. I know it
think
hadn't
we
aired yet.
Yeah, but I think we saw a preview that he
We
does
saw
ask her
one
about it.
question. Yeah, and she made a face.
I mean, she's probably not going to talk about it. It's not like she authorized the documentary. She's probably
No.
just going to say she don't want to talk about it.
Right.
I mean, you can't force
Knowing
her.
Mary, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not something she did. If she, was involved with it, maybe, but she
No, she
clearly was
refused to
not.
comment. She refused to comment.
Mhm.
Because
I don't
she
blame her.
can't
I would
comment.
too. Right. I would too.
Mm-hmm. And he did say that she went from looking like you kind of hated everybody to trying to bring everybody back together. That I do agree. I agree with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. And I thought it was sweet how she said that she just kind of fell in love with everybody.
And
Yeah.
she sees the beauty in all of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She
said
did-
she didn't feel like she belonged in the beginning. But a lot of that was due to Jen Shah. Jen
It
Shaw
was.
never liked Mary being on that show.
No, because of the grandfather thing, and because when Mary met her, she told her she smelled like hospital.
Hospital.
But Mary did give Meredith credit for being there for her from the very beginning, because Meredith was the only one that was with
Yeah,
her in the very
she
beginning.
was. Yeah, she was.
And then Andy asked Lisa, like, what do you consider about yourself? What's the most misunderstood about yourself after 6 seasons? Like, and she's like, well, like, they don't get, like, they say that I'm delusional. Like, that's the common theme. I'm
Okay,
not
so
delusional.
this is the thing. This is the thing, Lisa. If for 6 seasons people think that you're delusional, not just the people you work with, the people who watch your show, thousands of fans. If I had multiple people telling me they thought I was delusional, I'd be signing myself in somewhere. I'd be very concerned. I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Well, it's like Heather Dubrow said on OC one season to Alexis Bellino, when everyone's telling you you're dead, it's time to lie down. And I hate that analogy, but that's what she was saying, basically. Like, everybody's saying it.
Right.
When everybody's saying it, it's time to self-reflect.
Yeah.
There is
She
not
said,
a lick of self-reflection going on there.
no. She said, I'm very grounded.
Okay.
Okay, because you take off your shoes and you stand on the grass? I
And
mean,
talk
I
to the
think
trees?
right. I
it.
think that's why she thinks she's grounded.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. Yep.
And then the next one was, the viewer asked who changed the most in the 6 years, and Mary raises her hand, and Mary says that, I think so, and she did. Mary absolutely changed. Heather also felt like she changed. They come back from the break, and then Brittany is out.
Now, I have to ask you guys this.
Okay.
Her dress, on the one side, I don't know if they had the mic right there.
I think they did.
Because when you first looked at it, I was like, oh my God, like her nipple's going to pop right out. But I think it was the microphone, but it looked very weird. It
Oh, I didn't even know.
could be mistaken for like a nip slip. I was like, what's going on? And then I think it's the mic.
I think it was the microphone.
But put it in the middle next time,
was
production.
so distracted by the Build-A-Bear.
Bear?
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm sorry. Jared definitely has a membership. But you know what's interesting?
Is that even a thing?
Yeah, you can get a Build-A-Bear membership. Absolutely.
He's definitely got it. He's definitely got it.
He's definitely got it. That didn't even sound like his voice on there. Did you think it did?
I thought it did. Yeah.
I did it.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I'm like, that's not him. I didn't think it was him. But maybe I'm just reaching. But I mean, it's got to be him. He's got the membership.
He's got the membership. I'm telling you. He's using the shit out of that.
For sure, man.
Every
for sure.
last piece of stuffing it's worth.
So then Andy moves to the below deck down under, and he asks like what it's like to be on another platform, another show. And Heather's like, we don't even notice the cameras anymore. Like,
I don't
she didn't
believe
even,
that. But
I don't know. I mean, I think it's hard to say, because if you're doing this 6 years and there's cameras everywhere, and you go on a show where there's also cameras, to realize that there's other people's cameras there, I think is what she was saying. Like, she's so used to cameras being there.
well, I think what she was saying was, because Andy said, are you nervous about what the other side is going to show? And that's what she was saying. Like, we're not paying attention to whose cameras whose.
Right.
So,
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. And then Mary said Heather and Whitney might have something to be worried about, especially with the cucumber. It was funny. He asked Brittany about having a good time flirting with the deckhands, and were you doing that just to make Jared jealous? And she did say yes, but she was trying to say that Heather was flirting just as much as she was, which
Everyone shut that down, though.
Yeah, I don't know why
Everybody
she was
like,
trying to do that.
No.
Right. And then Andy asked Heather what the final word was on Captain Jason, and she's like, listen, like, when I say we like F around, like, I mean it differently than other people mean it. She's like, we hung out every day. We went to clubs. We danced. Like, that's who we are. She's like, and then Whitney's like, people don't understand your sarcasm. Andy said, well, did you kiss? And she's like, no, we never kissed. She's like, I want to make it clear. Like, if I was with Captain Jason, like, I would scream from the rooftops. Like, I would be, wearing a sailor suit here. Like, she was clarifying what her words meant. And I think that that's what she was doing. I don't think that she was implying that she slept with him. I think you do, though, Kelly, from the look on your face.
Yeah, I think they definitely hooked up. I don't know if they actually had sex, but I think they definitely hooked up. And I don't think that Captain Jason wants it out there. I've said this before. I think that he's a player and he doesn't, kiss and tell. And he expects other people to not kiss and tell. And I don't think that Heather did that on purpose. I think she was, under the influence of alcohol and just said it. Like, but I don't think they necessarily had sex. Eric and I kid around all the time because we'll talk about people and I'm like, oh yeah, I hung out with him for a little while. So like hang out. Eric's like, define hang out. I'm like, it could be a multitude of things.
There you go.
So let's just leave it at that.
So let's just leave it at that.
Right.
This is in my past before I got married, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't think they necessarily had sex, but I think something happened. Why wouldn't it happen? She and Whitney were down there and they were all hanging out, and Whitney's married and she's not, and it's a normal thing.
Right.
But I don't think he kisses and tells, and I don't think he wants anybody else kissing and telling.
I mean, that could be. That could be.
Yeah. And I don't think she did it on purpose. Again, I think she was buzzed and just said it and then was like, shit.
And either way, like you said, they're two consenting adults. She's not
sure.
married. He's not married. So it is, it is what it is, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How about Lisa? I forget even how it came up in conversation. Talking about reading. Do you guys remember that? Just talking about something about
This might have been a Peacock exclusive.
And Lisa's like, well, I can read. I was an early reader. I was reading it
later.
She just said,
I was like, oh my God.
It's when she's
did
taught.
she say she was reading at 3? Did she say
3.5 years old. Yeah. That's when it was asked about, and they come back from a break. Andy says to Lisa, once and for all, did you leak the information about Bronwyn's past to the press? And Lisa said, no, that's ridiculous. And that's when she said, Bronwyn said, I don't think she leaked those specific words, but she does make sure that the stories get traction. And Lisa said, well, it comes up on Twitter and I can read. That's when she said that about in reference to that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, Lisa.
Yeah.
I mean, no wonder she's doing big things. She's a genius.
She's a
She
genius.
was reading at 3.5.
Well, she says, I do big things with big deal people. I'm a big fucking deal. When you have to toot your own horn so much, it's telling. It's telling.
Prior to that happening, it comes up about Bronwyn's case and what was leaked to the press. And Bronwyn said, no, actually, I think it was Heather that said, just because a case is sealed doesn't mean a person can't talk about it. I'm not sure who said that. But then Bronwyn explained, that is true if I was the person who had the case sealed, but I am not the person that had the case sealed. So I cannot speak about it. And because of what has happened in the past with my husband and my daughter in this group, I will not be discussing this. And I don't blame her.
A gag order is when you can't speak about it.
Right. So then
but I
Andy
totally
said,
understood what she was saying. Like, somebody
I
had
do
this
too.
case sealed. Somebody doesn't want it talked about. So I'm not going to be the one on a public platform to start talking about it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Andy said, can you talk about what the nature of the sealed case was? And she said, yeah, it was something that happened in the workplace. The case was fully dismissed against the person it was about. It was years ago. She goes, I just got my citizenship. And this year, she goes, if I had a felony, they're not going to make me a citizen. Like, they're not giving out citizenships to people who have felonies.
Well,
which is true.
In the climate that we are living in right now, with the we're certainly not going to get political, but they are not just handing out citizenships.
No.
So she's right. If there was something major that was warranting being exposed, she probably wouldn't have gotten it.
No, she wouldn't have gotten it.
Especially being a public person.
Absolutely.
Right. And then Andy brings up, which I think that this is stupid and shady. According to Reddit in 2018, okay, as soon as you say according to Reddit, you've lost all credibility.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
All credibility.
100%.
That's like saying, okay, well, I saw on Wikipedia.
Yeah. No.
I mean, come on.
That's like saying some lady told me at the grocery store. That's about
exactly.
Basically.
Right.
The National Enquirer says,
is that even around anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in
I
a
don't
long
know.
time. But
that's a good
damn
question.
it, my mother had that every week when we were growing up. Every week. This is where my pop culture fascination started.
It's the National Enquirer.
National Enquirer. We were too good
So
for the Sun, but we got the National Enquirer.
what about the Star? That was another one.
Pretty sure we had that one too.
Okay. So when Andy brings up what was on Reddit, Bronwyn said, that's what people are alleging. She said, Andy said, besides the eviction and this charges, what else was charged against you? She goes, listen. And she said, I was in college. I had a dispute with a roommate. I'd been evicted. These things were 20 plus years ago. They were expunged. Like, she is willing to talk about her history that happened to her.
And not only talk about it, but acknowledge that she made poor choices in the past.
Yes.
Like, she's not even saying, wasn't my fault, it wasn't me. Like, she's like, I made bad choices.
Right.
Like, you
And
never hear a housewife say that.
No.
And
I
the
applaud her.
National Enquirer is still around.
Excellent.
you.
Thank you. Maybe I will
Thank
subscribe.
Google.
But then Andy feels the need to ask Meredith, has she heard of any other lawsuits and charges against Bronwyn? Like, why? Why are you asking her that?
I don't know. I thought that was shady too, but I will give credit where credit's due. I thought Meredith handled that very well.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Well, listen, she said, listen, I haven't really tracked it. But Andy said, because this is why I feel like he asked her, he said, it seems like the two of you are talking, you and Lisa, while whispering during this whole thing. Like,
Which they were, which is rude.
which they were. And she said, oh, no, that was about something else. Something that
They totally
I'm going
lied.
to use something I'm going to use in the future. I may need to use in the future.
Yeah,
At
they
some
totally
point in
lied
time.
because they were talking about it.
Right. And that's when Heather called them out on tag teaming. Oh, and you guys are saying that you're not tag teaming. And actually what I wrote down, because they put the captions on, Lisa was whispering, it wasn't that bad. They weren't getting reactions out of you until now. And Meredith said, now I'm done. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even care.
No. No, I don't either. I don't either.
When Heather said she doesn't understand Lisa's business, I thought Lisa was going to lunge off the couch.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
that was the best.
but why would you be so self-defensive? Why wouldn't you just, it could have very easily been explained what she does. Very
Well,
easily.
She doesn't know what she does.
It's Lux marketing, which can really be a lot of different things.
Well, she said, I do experiential activations. So I was like, oh, look at you, Lisa Barlow, with the big words. So I looked it
Yeah.
up. So it's experiential activations are immersive, interactive brand marketing events that engage consumers' senses to create memorable experiences. Moving beyond simple advertising to build emotional connections, drive brand awareness, and foster loyalty through activities like interactive installations, pop-up shops, or themed events that let people feel the brand, not just see it. They're designed to be shareable on social media, turning participants into brand advocates and often blending physical and digital elements for deeper engagements, which is really not that hard to do.
But did you look up any that Lux Marketing actually did? Any brands that we know of? Any actual?
Well,
No.
she said she did a business with the Bella twins and then they sold it. And Heather said, yeah, and you don't talk to them anymore. So there was some kind of falling out.
Uh-huh.
And that's really when Lisa started flying off the handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she was.
Yeah, it was
She
just
was
very
off the
odd.
chain.
Like, why wouldn't you just
Just say it's a marketing firm.
Yeah, just you could very
It's a marketing
easily
firm.
you could very easily explain what you do without acting like an ass.
Well, some people can.
Yes.
Right.
Because
Right.
I do know people in certain industries that won't make it as if their jobs are, it's too hard to explain. It's like, try me.
Yeah.
I think I'll
Right?
be all right.
I think what it is because there's a lot of things on social media. Like, people are looking up her Vita tequila. Like, supposedly it's not widely distributed. When
Right.
she goes to a restaurant, she brings it in there before she shows up. Um, I mean, I haven't looked into it, but there's a lot of people out there looking into her businesses, and they all are like, they're not real, is what people are saying. And I think that's what Heather
Really?
was trying to call her out on. Like, these are not real
Ah.
businesses. This is not
But
a
I
real
mean,
thing.
she has to have some legitimate business. She's clearly making money. She's getting glam every day. I mean,
I
she
mean,
can't have some guy paying
it
for
could be
all
a
this
house. It
stuff.
could be a house of cards. I mean, let's just say it. Wendy's
Absolutely.
Depot.
Eventually, I mean, this has been 6 seasons. Eventually, you have to pay your bills.
Again, we don't know. We don't know. We
And
don't know.
when you're on her site and you go to portfolio,
Mhm.
which I would think would be where you would
All of
have
her brands, right, where you showcase.
all of the people that you've worked with, there's just pictures. There's just pictures.
Right.
There it says
There's no
modeling
testimonials.
photography. No.
There's no
There's
testimonials.
real estate photography and pictures.
Yeah.
There's just pictures. And it's not even like, because I was thinking, oh, okay, so maybe this is some person that she worked with, and I'm going to click on the photo, and then it's going to take me to who. No, it's just a bunch of photographs. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. I was
That's
thinking,
you Googled Lux Marketing?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And I really
And
thought
you're
I was
on their website.
I'm on their website. I thought I was going to see a list of their clients.
And then look up Vita Tequila and see what you see, because from what I understand, it's
How do you spell it?
not.
VID?
Yes. So she talks about, Heather says, like, "Why are you freaking out?" And Lisa says, "Because you know me. You've gone to events with Daniel Radcliffe." And they show a picture of the N&B launch party, which was the Bella Twins launch party in 2019, and Heather's there. Okay. So you threw a launch party in 2019 and Daniel Radcliffe was there. This is, when they're filming it, it's 2025.
Right.
That's 6
Like,
years
this
ago.
is so long ago, yeah.
Right. What have you done lately?
It's like your
Very
picture with Ben
interesting.
Affleck.
Very
Right.
interesting. I typed in Vita Tequila, and there was a thing. It says, what is the lawsuit against Vita Tequila? AI overview. Vita Tequila, owned by Real Housewife star Lisa Barlow, has faced multiple lawsuits from individuals alleging unpaid loans, with claims totaling hundreds of thousands of dollars for business funding. Through some cases have been dismissed or settled. Barlow consistently denies the allegations, stating she pays her bills, and that some suits involve personal disputes disguised as business matters. Oh, so that's the Bart Carlson one. Remember we were talking
Yes.
about him?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then another $400,000 one from William McGarry Trust. So, yeah. So I guess there was a lot of.
So she still currently has that's 2
Mhm.
lawsuits you just mentioned.
Mhm.
So she lied on the reunion and said there was only 1.
Yeah, there's 2.
She lies
So,
about everything. Lisa
Yeah, well,
lies.
she and Meredith, birds of a feather.
flock together.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't think she looked very good at this reunion. I mean, maybe it's just because I don't like her, but it's just, to me, it was not a good look.
What did you think about Heather saying Lisa's not a good friend, but she's an important friend?
Understand that. And I don't understand
didn't
why she's
understand it
dying on
either.
that hill. Like, what does
Yeah.
that mean?
I don't
I didn't
know.
understand it either. Why is she important? To keep you on the show? Like, to keep you know what I mean? Like, to keep you engaged in something on the show, or
Maybe she feels like she has to be have some kind of friendship with her because of the show. I don't know.
or was it shady? Like, she's an important friend because she says she does big things.
Because she's so important.
Right. Yeah.
Because then
I didn't
Andy
understand that.
says 2 things can be true. Andy, validates what Heather's saying, that 2
Right.
Yeah, I
things
didn't
can
get
be
it.
true.
I didn't get what was
Right.
going on. I can
And then Andy says to Angie, like, "You've known Lisa for a long time. What do you think?" And that's when Angie pulls out this little scroll
That
was
Meredith
gifted
gave
to
her.
her. Right, was gifted to her by Meredith. I mean, I'm very curious to see how this turns out the next episode, because what she says is that the person that's been trolling me, the phone number is
Lisa's
Lisa
phone number.
Barlow's phone number.
And
Well, I
then
don't
Lisa
know.
says to her, "Do you want to talk about the pictures on your phone?" What was
Right.
that all about?
Yep. What is that all about?
What is it all about? Well, but it really doesn't make sense. Like,
None of it makes sense.
why would you use your own phone? It's so easy to get busted. This doesn't make sense.
I totally agree. It doesn't
I don't
make
know.
sense. I totally agree with that. why
But
she would
listen,
use her own phone.
none of these shows make sense, so what the hell?
But I feel like if Angie brought it up, it's I don't
Maybe
think
there's something to
Angie's a
it.
liar, and I don't think Angie's bringing anything up that she doesn't have. Yeah, timeline screenshots.
We're going to have to wait until next week to find out.
Yeah,
I bought myself some Kerastase shampoo today.
you did.
Did you?
Yeah, because Tess loves this stuff. I got her hair oil, and something else for Christmas. So I'm like, let me see what the
Oh, I'll have
buzz
to
is
try
about.
it.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
I'm gonna
get
do
it at?
I gotta do my Roots Sephora.
Did you get it at a discount?
No, because it was Sephora.
You
No
could probably buy
discount.
it definitely from Kerastase with like a discount code from Angie, I would think.
Yeah, or with my cosmetology license, like
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I probably could have. I didn't think of that. I just wanted to try it. I'll report back.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
got some wild hair, so I'm always looking for
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Will I have
good
high body
product.
count hair?
Yeah, like
Because I
this
don't have a high
high
body
hair.
count. I
Yeah,
have a very low body count.
you have low body count.
So I would like
No.
my hair to reflect that.
Yeah,
No, but Angie said it prevents the high body count hair.
Right. So that is the goal.
yes.
Right. Yeah, you should be
Alright.
okay.
So we shall see part 2. The Goings
We'll have
On.
to wait till the second part. Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.